Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Dr. Corey Wren. I'm a vegan sociologist, a vegan feminist, and a vegan witch. And in today's episode, if you will, I'm taking you to the magical town of Malvern, well known for its holy wells. Stick around, I'll show you about. So in early April of 2026, I decided I really needed a little holiday to myself following, really, I've been in an intense period of bereavement following my dog's unexpected and very untimely death. And I wanted to go somewhere that was spiritually supportive and had a bit of a magical twist to it. And I came across this place, Malvern, in a book called Magical Britain. This is a really great guide to all things magical, mystical, ancient, prehistoric in the UK. Very well illustrated. And basically, I came across a section on Malvern, and I was really drawn by this contemporary artwork that was installed on the city center's spring. And I thought this would be a really great place to go to collect my thoughts and do some reflection. And so I did. I hopped on a train from Canterbury, went through Paddington Station and survived that mayhem to finally make my way to Malvern. Malvern is it's a very historic town, specifically known for, in the early medieval days, its monastery, its priory rather. And then it was kind of like the tiny little remote agricultural space until the water cure came about in the Victorian era, and Malvern was kind of identified as a place to come for magical healing waters. So much of Malvern is actually very Victorian and not as ancient and medieval as many other parts of the country. But I was really drawn to the healing waters, and it is a hilly sort of town. It's very high elevation, and there's about a 9-mile range of what look like mountains, but I guess are really hills. And all throughout, because of this hilly geography, all throughout you will find natural springs. There are lots of wells that have been built. There's lots of mining that took place as well. So you can find lots of quartz laying around. I was not so lucky to find any, but I did find some really interesting granite. There's granite mining there as well. But while I was there's a witchcraft shop right in the city center across the street from this spring. And this serves the city. It's filtered, and you can come and draw water for free. And so I was hiking the hills, and it was actually an unseasonably very warm day when I was doing my hiking, so that was really pleasant. But what's happened is that local artists have gotten together and have tried to bring back the Bealtaine tradition of well dressing. So I was a bit too early when I went to visit. I was going there in early April, which is about a month before all the well dressing takes place. But you can still sense the spirit in the air. And it was really, really lovely to just kind of touch base with some of this holy water, especially for me. I grew up in Appalachia, and water coming out of the mountain is a normal, natural thing. And I grew up on fresh spring mountain water as well. So that was really nice to have a holiday here in the UK that got me back in touch with that. There are several well houses, as I mentioned, but the one I'd like to really highlight is the St. Anne's Well. And there were many, many more even further down south of the main town of Malvern, but because I don't drive and because it's quite remote, the bus service is quite limited. I just didn't have time to go check all of them out. But if you're interested in visiting and you have a car, you could spend 2 days just visiting all the different holy wells and spring sites. But St. Anne's Well is one that was built specifically in the Victorian era to cater towards the holiday makers, people who were coming, because it's a direct train from London, people who were coming to be healed or take the airs. And it was almost demolished in the 1960s, unfortunately, but just was barely saved. So when I got there, it had been restored to what it looked like in the Victorian times. The fountain itself was the same fountain that's in situ from when it was built. Lots of beautiful rose bushes, original benches, everything. So it was really like stepping back into time. And the other cool thing is that the well house has a cafe, and the cafe was completely vegetarian. Almost vegan, not quite. Another really interesting veggie animal rights connection to magical Malvern is that George Bernard Shaw spent quite a lot of time there. So there was an effort in the late Victorian Edwardian era to bring more culture and theater into the area. And really, there was a lot of socialites who were traveling in from London. And one of the ways that they were able to achieve that was to bring in George Bernard Shaw, who wrote one of the original plays for an annual festival, a theater festival that they have. George Bernard Shaw, in case you weren't aware, is one of the OG, really dedicated, passionate animal rights activists of his era. In fact, when he was getting older, he suffered from low iron, and his doctors were trying to convince him to make injections from animal bodies, and he resisted that. He was a very ardent vegetarian. He was a very ardent anti-vivisectionist. He was involved in many of the early and pivotal campaigns of Victorian animal advocacy. I think it's really, really reassuring that this is a space that the great George Bernard Shaw, playwright, writer, activist, came to. He came to this space, and he also recognized the magic of the Malvern Mountains. So it was a really, really interesting sort of, for me anyway, a combination of healing natural waters, amazing history, the vegetarian food, and this is a place for me to think about good old witchy stuff and think about my dog. And yes, indeed, there is some good witchy stuff happening in Malvern. There is this idea that the hill, let me find a picture. The hills, the 9 Mile range, actually sort of takes the body, the shape of the goddess. So here someone has done an illustration of the mountain range and have imposed the goddess body over top of it. Yeah, because this is old pagan stuff that got Christianized, of course. And something else to consider, unfortunately, the vegan traveler in me, I was very suspicious right away about Victorian people coming to take the waters and take the air and having to climb up this mountain. And yeah, sure enough, there was a thriving donkey trade at this time as well. And certainly some counts of animals being pushed beyond what they should be. They're being exploited regardless, but also being pushed physically too far, abused, hit, being made to work until they're quite old. There's supposedly a well, and I wasn't able to find it, that honors one particular donkey named Old Moses, who was made to work well into old age. Donkeys can live like up 40 plus years. Yeah, so that makes me quite sad. It's like it might be a magical place, and you can imagine the old sort of pagan atmosphere there, but you also have to take into consideration that this was built up as a Victorian holiday space, and non-human animals had a pretty rough time of it. Nonetheless, I did take some well water home, and I did my hiking, I did my exploring, checked out the local museum, I checked out the priory as well. And it was just a really lovely little personal retreat. And so if you're looking for somewhere to go that's easily accessible, if you're UK based anyway, it's right off the main train. There's 2 train stations in Malvern. Plenty of hiking, plenty of springs, plenty of holy wells. And I went at the start of April when the bluebells were in season, and it really was a magical time. Vegan Witch approved. Thanks for watching. Please engage with the video if you can. It helps the channel to grow. You can do so by commenting below, subscribing, liking the video, and I post new content every single week. So until then, keep it witchy.